Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Randy Wolfe, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about wholesaling. What exactly is wholesaling, and how can you get involved with it? Wholesaling is a great way for someone who is just getting started investing in real estate to actually get involved and not have to have a whole lot of money. One of the things that's challenging about wholesaling real estate, though, is I would say and kind of argue that it is definitely one of the tougher things for a new person to do, in the sense of that you have to get the deals at the absolute deepest discount. Because if you think about it, what you're doing in essence is you are going out and sourcing deals. What a wholesaler does, and the act of wholesaling real estate, is you're going to go out, you're going to find the best deals, and you're going to put those deals under contract. That means you're going to write up a purchase agreement and agree to put that property under contract for purchase. Then, while that property is under contract, you would then go out and find an end buyer, or even better is already have an end buyer kind of lined up for that property before you even put it under contract. You can oftentimes work with flippers or buy and hold guys where you'll kind of know what they're looking for, and then you can go out and find it. It's kind of reverse engineer it, already have people kind of lined up. But if you don't have end buyers already lined up, then you would put it under contract, and then you would market that contract for assignment. And you would then assign that contract over to the end buyer, who would basically step into your shoes and close the transaction. Now, when that transaction closes, you would receive an agreed upon assignment fee. And the assignment fee is how you're compensated. And so let's take a very simple example. Let's just say you find a deal and it's a single family home, and you negotiate with the seller that you would buy that property for $140,000. Then you already know you've got some people that you have talked to that are house flippers or buy and hold people, and you go and you say, hey, I have this property available. What would you be willing to pay me for it? Or you may even give them a number. They end up agreeing that they will pay you $150,000 for that property. You would then have an assignment of contract completed. They would then step into your shoes, and at closing, they would pay the $150,000 plus closing fees, whatever. And that $10,000 difference is your assignment fee. Now, this sounds crazy, but this is how wholesaling works. And in some places, it is that they've cracked down on it. So like here in South Carolina where I am, they've changed around laws, and you basically can't wholesale. You can assign contracts, but the act of marketing the contract and all that thing is where they've kind of squashed it. And there's some other places around the country where you cannot wholesale and you have to have a license. And so it's very important that you understand what the local laws are for wherever you're looking to wholesale. But there's still tons of places where you can wholesale. Unfortunately, some bad apples ended up making it something to where they've cracked down on it, because there have been situations where people have done unethical things, just like with any industry. One of the things that you need to be aware of is it is important to be honest with people, have integrity, tell them what you're doing. Say, hey, I am personally not going to close on this, but I have maybe some buyers that I work with, some other investors. What I can do is we can put this under contract, and then more than likely, I'm going to end up assigning this offer to another person that'll come in and pay you this agreed upon price. Like, there are tons of ways that you can have that conversation, and that's not what this video is about. Ultimately, though, be honest with people. Tell them what you're doing. Don't try to sneak around and act like you're really going to buy it when you're really not. Like, just disclose that. Say, hey, this is what I'm doing. And ultimately, the people who are wanting to sell their property, if you're finding properties with highly motivated sellers, then they're going to be fine with that. They just want to sell their property. And typically when you do that you would have in there that you would pay the closing costs, or the buyer would pay closing costs. And then when you assign it, that seller is going to get that agreed upon price. You're just basically getting the difference in the form of an assignment fee. And I've seen wholesalers literally make anywhere from, a couple $1,000s on an assignment fee to tens of thousands of dollars on an assignment fee. I prefer to close on properties and take them down, and then I definitely a lot of times will put properties back on the market again, or if they weren't on the market, I'll put them on the market, and that gets them out to more potential buyers. But when you do that, unless you do a novation, which is a whole nother video, you actually have to close and take the property down under your name. So wholesaling is a way where you don't have to do that, meaning that you don't have to have all of the funds in place to where you can take down that property. You need to be, if you are going to wholesale though, you need to make sure that, like I said, you disclose that, what you're doing, and you definitely don't want to just put a property under contract that's not going to be a good deal. You don't want to mislead anybody and have them thinking you're going to close when you're not. So if you have a situation where a property is not quite at the best price point, you feel like it may be something you can wholesale, maybe you can't, you need to let the seller know, hey, this is what I'm going to try to do. I can't buy it at this price point. I have some people that would be interested. We'll go ahead and agree upon this. And if I can't ultimately get you that end buyer, then we'll part ways, no harm, no foul. And in most situations, they'll be cool with that. But wholesaling can be a great way to make today money. If you're looking to build true wealth, then things, particularly buy and hold, rental properties, that's going to be probably a better way for you to build true wealth that way, because wholesaling is just going to get you the today money that you need maybe to leave your job, or maybe it's going to help you to fund your fix and flip business or fund your buy and hold business and get you some today money so that you can focus more on building that long-term wealth with things like buy and hold and whatnot. But if you have questions, be sure to post them in the comments below. I have other videos on this channel actually that talk about wholesaling. You can check those out. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And lastly, I will say I'm opening up a coaching program. If you want to work with me, I'm rolling out a 90-day coaching program. You're welcome to check that out. I'll put some information in the description below. Anyone that joins that 90-day coaching program will actually get automatic membership into my private community, which at this point in time, at the time of this recording, is currently full. However, we will be looking to open that up down the road at a later time. But anyone in the coaching program gets access to that automatically. So as always, I appreciate you watching this video today. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.